All right, Absolute Losers, all the way from Prince Edward Island, Eastern Canada. Thanks for coming by, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys just kicked off a tour, and that spans all the way from Ontario to Quebec, from your hometown. Last night you played your first show in Guelph. How was that?
Guelph show ruled.
Yeah, it was very fun actually. Yeah. We played there once before, and I guess people came back, which is nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool to see. We played Hillside this summer. I kind of felt like we were circling around Guelph area a lot this year, too. So, yeah, we want to come back for sure.
Yeah, Hillside was great.
What was the venue?
The Hillside?
That's what it is? Okay.
Well, the venue that we played is called Sonic Hall. But yeah, the Hillside Festival, like the music festival we played last year, was on Guelph Island.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no, it was fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you guys been to Ontario then before?
Yeah. We've been, I don't know how many times we've played Ontario. What would you guys say?
We've done maybe 5 rips up to basically Toronto and back. Usually we play up to Toronto or play all the way back, but this time around we decided we'd just get that 20-hour drive over with the first couple days and play around in Ontario, because it's not too fun driving 12 hours between gigs sometimes.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Is there any other shows that you've played before on this tour? Like any venues that you've already played, or is a lot of them new?
I'm really excited to play the Garrison in Toronto. Last time we were there, we played the Baby G, which is like the smaller room that's owned by the same person as the Garrison. So I think I'm really excited to kind of move up to the next ring in a way.
Yeah.
Right on.
Nice.
So when it comes to Ontario then, what would be a standout show for you when you look back on, or maybe forward, but looking back, what would you say is the show that you're like, damn, that was a good one?
Well, first time we played in Toronto, I believe, was at the Cameron House with Tons. Yeah. And Tons is a great band with Chris Murphy from Sloan and Matt Murphy from Flashing Lights and Super Friends, and Mike O'Neill from the Inbreds. They're a bit of a super group, like Halifax-based people. So yeah, we played a few gigs with them in the East Coast as the openers, and we got along with them and stuff, and they said, if you guys want to come play Toronto, we'll open for you. And so we're going to play Toronto. We asked them, and they actually did play, before us, which was insane. But yeah, that was a memorable show. It was really, really fun.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I would say our last Toronto show was extremely memorable too, because we opened for Born Ruffians at the concert hall. I forget what it used to be called, but it's probably one of the biggest shows we'd ever played, and I think we felt pretty good about doing that kind of thing and would love to do it some more, hopefully.
Awesome.
So yeah, you guys just came out with your new record, In the Crowd, and when diving into your music, I could tell a lot of contrast between the two records. Your first one's pretty clean, kind of cleaner tones, but that still pop rock feel, whereas the new one's kind of got like this bigger sound almost, and like greater guitars, bigger harmonies. I guess, was that something you guys sat down and planned for, or it just happened naturally? Like, did you go into this new record with some kind of sound in mind or feel in mind?
Yeah, we did, I would say. Yeah. But the first one, I think we were kind of going for a more home cooked sound, where we recorded it ourselves in my basement and had it mixed properly. So I like the sound of it. But the second one, we wanted it to just sound good. I'd been listening to Oasis and stuff that just sounds awesome, and I wanted it to be like that.
Yeah, so you just wanted to pick up the production kind of thing?
Yeah. And it was fun. To do the guitars was really fun, because at that studio that we did at Palace in Toronto, there was a whole bunch of guitar amps, and I just picked 5 of them and plugged them all in and turned them all up. And it was a nice change, for the guitar tone, just to not have to be locked into something, because the first album I just used one of these little champs, which I still like them. But no, it was cool to just explore all the different things in that studio. They had racks of effect units and stuff, and really nice drums and cymbals. Just so many things, which was awesome.
I feel like because we went and did it at a professional studio with so many toys, we were just like playing pretty much, and playing like not instruments, like just messing around and having fun.
Yeah.
And like compared to the first one, which was just torture.
Yeah, because we were doing it. There was nobody helping us record it. So we don't do that, you know. Like, we've made one album and it's ours. So we had to learn how to work all the computer programs and stuff, which I'm no good at. Like, these guys are better than I am with that stuff. But yeah, no, it was nice to just focus on the songs and the music and the singing and not have to worry about trying to make it sound good, because Graham was, you know, he's naturally gifted with things. He just, everything he touches sounds awesome. So
yeah, that's Graham Walsh from the band Holy Fuck. He's like produces a bunch of albums that we've kind of grown up on, or at least my teenage years. Looked up to a lot of bands that he kind of had his hands in making their albums. So that was another really cool part of going to record there.
He's based out east?
No, he lives in Toronto. He lives right in Toronto, I believe.
I
haven't been to his place, but
we came up to Toronto to record the album.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Did you guys like have him in your sights already, or was it like?
It's kind of a funny story.
Do you think he would work with your sound, maybe, or?
Well, the first one, like I said, we mixed it. Like we recorded it, but we knew well enough to know that like we can't mix this well, so we were gonna hire somebody, and it was during COVID too, so there were a lot of people just at home and musicians like looking for work, I think. So I just sent a Hail Mary out to Graham to mix our album, and like miraculously, probably just because he was sitting at home and wasn't touring with Holy Fuck, that he was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. So we kind of just got to know him that way, and then we ended up playing a show together. Shortly after our first album was released, and just became friends and knew that we wanted to go to him next time and kind of do the whole process with Graham.
Awesome.
Nice.
And you guys just dropped your music video for Eagerness. It's a cool video. So did the kids just get paid in candy and cigarettes, or
pizza, actually?
Pizza?
Yeah.
Nice.
Those kids are in an awesome band.
Are you hiring?
Called Dear Blossom. If anyone wants to check them out, I don't know if they have any music out, but follow them.
Cool.
And it was done by our friend Justin Ricks, who is in the corner. Hi, Justin. Yeah, that was a really cool thing. I think we'd like to do something like that again. Just give our friends some creative control and just see what happens.
Awesome. And the story behind that video, is that like a callback to like some younger days and growing up in PEI, or what's?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was just like wanted to capture the feeling of being a young person and just hanging out with your friends and stuff, which is, you know, it's a nice thing that we do as human beings, is just like be together and have fun. Yeah,
it's cool. I feel like a lot of people can connect with that, even though not the same scenario. Like, you know.
And Justin did a really good job. Like, it's all about like the energy of it. Like, there's no real storyline in the video. There is a little bit, but it's not about that. It's just kind of about how it's how you can relate it to. Yeah, it's simple times and
nostalgia.
Stuff.
Yeah, Justin did a really good job. It looks really good.
Yeah.
What's the scene like in PEI?
It's very tight knit, and everyone plays in everybody's bands, but it's very kind and welcoming, I think. And anytime anyone travels in from Ontario, anywhere other than the East Coast, there's always gigs to play. Not necessarily venues to play, but we make it work. We don't have like in PEI, there's not much of a like true music venue. We just have like dive bars and sort of music halls that are not really built for touring bands, but it's a cool community because you can kind of just make a show whatever you want to make it. You're kind of the one in charge. There's not many middlemen So it's
everybody's kind of connected too.
Yeah, everyone's connected. Most people, the scene is very much just like people supporting each other, which is just really awesome. And I don't know if a lot of music scenes are like that, but ours definitely is very, very fun to be in.
Yeah, I think also over the years it like ebbs and flows. Like since there's not a whole lot of people that play music in PEI, there's just simply not that many people. It you can kind of watch it ebb and flow, like I said, and when something's happening, everybody's kind of involved and yeah, it's not like a constant thing, but when it's happening, it's great.
And it's kind of an evolving thing too. Like the more bands there are, the more bands there are.
Yeah,
I think, and it's cool because there was like a pretty big dip in bands like probably 10 years ago, and it's awesome to see bands like Dear Blossom and a bunch of their friends, like these high school kids, just like falling in love with music and going to shows and helping to put on shows. So I feel like it's going to continue to get better and better.
Yeah,
I don't fear another
no.
ebb or whatever for a long time.
You got any other local acts you want to give a shout out to over in PEI that you guys are fond of?
Yeah, we were listening to unreleased recording on the way here of a band called Antarctica. They're from PEI, and the guy Lucas McCormick is kind of the mastermind behind the whole thing, and he's just like really unique, like great kind of like what do you call it, like he's not playing like normal guitar parts, I guess.
No,
just
it's pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, he's super creative on the guitar,
but
and
very sophisticated. Like I think he really has a clear vision of what he's doing.
They'd be one for sure.
That's cool.
Space Bud is another band, and they're not really from PEI, but they lived there for a minute. Green Eyes Witch Hands. See you in the background. Check them out. Very unique, very awesome, sort of electronic, acoustic at the same time band. Really awesome.
Mm-hmm. Gizmo as well. Gizmo, rockin' 90s alt rock kind of band.
There are better things on a late night TV screen, if you know what I mean. With a cup of tea in a pasture flooded, there's a grown man headed for the trees.
Awesome.
PEI is crushing the band names. I like all those.
yeah.
I named Gizmo.
That is true.
Everyone's connected.
Yeah.
And then back to the dive bars though, like just it's very interesting for us. Like what are some top of those dive bars? What are some of the top highlights for you guys to play? Like what are some names?
There's one called Sportsman's, and it's the one where you can just essentially do whatever you want. Because the bar is on one kind of end of it, and then where the show's happening on the other. So it's like two different worlds where there's all like the regulars who are on the VLTs and stuff, and then all the other people that are there for the show. It's pretty awesome.
That would be the one for us for sure. For touring bands, anybody listening to this podcast from Ontario that wants to come through, I'd recommend Baba's, because like Josh said, it's you kind of do whatever you want at Sportsman's, but because they're so loosey goosey, it's like you never know what gear is going to be there. You don't know, like a lot of the time the booking it is kind of difficult. Like they don't have an official way to book things, but if you can get it done and get linked up with like a band that will help you out, Sportsman's is sick. But if not, Baba's is another really good
Baba's
option.
is a good venue. Yep.
They're just more organized.
Mm-hmm. And there's the Trailside Music Hall, which people that we know run that, and it's kind of a more upscale place. The tickets are a little more expensive and stuff, but it's also a very good venue. It's great to have on the island.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's the farthest you guys gone?
Dawson City.
Where's that at?
That's in the Yukon.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. But we haven't gone that far very many times.
What was that like?
That was awesome. We went in the summertime, so it was 22 hours of pure daylight. It was insane. Like you would be up hanging out at like 3 a.m. and the sun was up. It was totally insane.
It was kind of psychedelic.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm never going to sleep.
Yeah, it was really fun though. It was great. It's just called the Dawson City Music Festival, and it's very, very cool. I really hope we can go back there someday.
Yeah, easily one of the coolest places, regardless of the music part, which is awesome, but just being there is crazy.
And our friends, Holy Fuck, who we've mentioned, were also there headlining at the same time. So it was like sort of just like a fun little week-long summer camp vibe, just vacationing with good musicians, meeting a lot of good musicians, staying up till 4 a.m., waking up at 9 a.m. That's just how it goes, I guess.
Sounds like a good time.
Who's a good Yukon band that you discovered?
Townie is kind of from Dawson City, aren't they?
They have some roots there.
There's this band called Townie. It was a really good like alt country, kind of almost like rock and roll a little bit.
He drops a spoon like a flame to a child's balloon, and now I've seen that awesome dove. You're falling out of love.
Band that are very like bi-coastal, like they have members in the East Coast and like I said, Dawson City and at West and stuff. So if you get if they come through, definitely go see them.
They're excellent. They're a great, easy listening country band. Awesome.
Let's get a couple more songs in, boys.
Sweet.
It was up in the higher ground. It wasn't up to me. You never told me to turn around. You knew I wasn't free. Years later on my mind letter. I don't want your letter. No. I don't want your letter. I could do it better. I don't want your letter. I don't want your letter. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. I don't want your letter. I don't want your letter.
So that last song, Letter. Really dig it, boys. Really dig it.
Thanks.
I want to talk specifically about that song. What can you tell us about it? Like, what was the writing process like specifically for that song?
I remember I kind of had the seed for that. A lot of the time with this band, like one of us will bring in like a verse and a chorus or something, and then we'll work on it all together. It goes through a big process. But the seed of the song developed because I had bought this guitar off Facebook Marketplace for $20 and brought it home, and I just got obsessed with playing it. And at that time I was in university, and it was like my number one procrastination thing. It's like I'm pretty slow at writing songs, but if I'm supposed to be doing something else, like writing a final paper for a class, like I'm gonna probably write a couple songs instead of doing that. So yeah, it was just like a procrastination for that. And I remember it doesn't really show through in the song, but the lyric, like, I don't want your letter, and like, I could do it better, could we push this another day? It's like, I was supposed to be writing this paper. It's like, I don't want to get like a C on this or whatever. Like, I don't want your letter, just give me some more time. And like, I know what to say, just not today. So that's like kind of the lame explanation of the lyrics, but I think it can be interpreted in a couple
I
ways.
like it.
Yeah.
The song itself existed for a long time, since probably 2022. Sam brought it, we voice memoed it in practice, played it once, and didn't play it for 2 years, forgot about it. And then I think I was like, boys, sitting on gold here. Come on. New album a couple years later, and then yeah, I think it's become one of our like best live songs. So.
Yeah, I love the harmonies in it. So like musically with that song, was that did you guys kind of go into it with like the harmonies in mind, or were you like, was that inspired by anything?
I don't think it was inspired by anything in particular, other than like when I was writing the melody and the chords, I want it to be like the knack. Like I'm huge into Get the Knack. But I remember you had said something about like, I think you referenced Dolly Mixture or something, a band like that with like the intro and outro counter melodies.
Yeah, definitely them. Definitely the shirt I'm wearing, Beach Boys, were a huge influence on the and all that fun stuff that you add into songs. But when we wrote it, the three of us didn't sing it like basically at all. It was Sam was sort of the main singer. So after like 2 years, I think that gave us time to sort of get better at singing and arranging vocals, and then it sort of came naturally.
I think also it was like we played it once or twice and then forgot about it forever, and we picked it back up. We're like, this could be really good. Like, how could we make it better? And I think that's when we added some stuff like the harmonies.
Yeah, layered the vocals. Yeah.
It also was an early one, like for our more pop stuff, I suppose. Like, we weren't thinking it was going to fit in with their set because we were playing a bunch of like post-punk music. And do you guys remember that? Am I making that up?
No, the reason we didn't play it was because it didn't fit with the stuff we were doing. Like you said, the first album's quite different, and then this was written like in the midst of all that other kind of music we were playing. Or like, that's never going to fit on anything, so put it on the back burner. But then we wrote a bunch of other songs that sounded like it. Then all of a sudden it did fit.
Yeah, it's catchy as hell.
Mhm.
This whole album's very catchy as hell. In the Crowd, right here. Beautiful.
Shout out.
And then for the rest of the songs, then, like, how is that? Is it always a collaborative effort, or does somebody show up with the song and they're like, I want it, and push it into a certain direction? Or is it, like, how do you guys go about it?
I'd say usually someone will bring in a verse and a chorus, and then we'll go from there. So it's like kind of partly done, but we finish it together, usually is what happens. But there has been times where, like, I've written pretty much everything and I know what's going to happen, like in what I'm hoping will happen. And there's also been times where we're just jamming and something starts to happen and then we build up from that. So, yeah, it happens all kinds of ways, I guess.
Yeah, and on the other side of that coin of, like, going in and knowing exactly what it is, sometimes it happens that, like, I've brought a song in that I was like, I know what this is going to be, and by the end of rehearsal it's like the feel is totally different, and so even if you think you know what you want, a lot of the times it gets screwed around with.
For sure, yeah.
With all of us.
Yeah, everybody's touch on it.
And Dan, do you have your Octopus's Garden?
I do on the album, actually. It's called Kiss of Death. And that was an example of sort of what not to do next time when we enter the studio, where I wrote basically everything of the arrangement of the harmonies without even, like, thinking about it. And then by the time we got to the studio, you guys are like, so what are we doing? I'm like, I don't know. Like, what do we usually do? I don't know. Okay, let's try some stuff. So that took a lot of trial and error, but I think that's a good song still. And that was one where the boys added a lot of their own touch. Josh added a cool sort of Rolling Stonesy guitar, Keith Richards open tuning thing to it, which kind of gives the song more of an identity. And yeah, there's more Octopus's Gardens coming up. More like maybe a Yellow Submarine. I'm kind of gearing towards the cheesy stuff, so
Nice.
look out for that.
I'm a big Beatles guy, so you got me.
We love the cheese.
I'm curious though, did you always sing, or were you just a drummer and then you kind of like experimented more with the singing with this kind of group?
Yeah, I never really I loved to sing since I was a kid, but like never professionally. I was always a drummer at heart, but just I think the reason I started to sing more was the same reason we all started to sing together more, which is we basically like saw bands like Tons, who we were talking about earlier. They're singing together constantly. They're a 3-piece band, and they sounded pretty huge when we saw them, when we opened for them. So I think we just realized we needed to work with what we got a little more. We have 3 vocals here, so we might as well use them, and that sort of encouraged me to get my voice out there a little bit. And I was in another band that required me to sing a lot of backing vocals at the time too, so that definitely just practicing, basically playing sets over and over again where I'm just it kind of helped me find my own voice in this setting.
Cool. Yeah, the 3 vocals and all your guys' voices really shines on this new album.
Thanks.
It's really good.
Thank you.
Sounds really good. Back to your PEI roots, I feel like I'd be remiss to not ask. I hear there's a lot of sea shanties out in the East Coast. Is that something you guys are into, or what's it like, I guess?
Are you familiar with Stan Rogers?
Find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a northwest passage to the sea.
He's got a lot of big tunes that sometimes we will sing together for a good laugh.
I fucking love the sea shanty. I drive these guys crazy, I think, because I was singing like "Red is the Rose" at the hotel last night.
Yeah.
But I think some of that stuff seeps its way into my melodies. It's an East Coast thing. Like, you'll hear that from a handful of like rock artists from the East Coast. Some of the melodies are like kind of shanty-esque. Like I'm thinking like Plaskett or something like that.
Totally, yeah.
What's your go-to sea shanty?
Oh, the Northwest Passage. Stan Rogers.
Barrett's
Stan Rogers,
Privateers. Barrett's Privateers.
think?
Yeah.
Real Mackenzie's does a good cover of that one.
I was told we'd share the seas for American gold. We'd fight no guns, shed no tears. Well, I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier. The last of Barrett's privateers. And on the Kingsman day we sailed away. I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. We were 96 days from Montego Bay. We were coming back, all the way. God damn them all. I was told we'd sail the seas for American gold. We'd fight no guns, shed no tears.
We did that outside of a pool hall a couple weeks ago
Yeah,
Quite well.
after a couple
Yeah.
soda pops.
yeah.
We did it quite well. Is what
Very nice. It's cold out, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we warmed their hearts.
There's always a time and place for a good sea shanty. It's almost like a little bit of a guilty pleasure in a way. What what would you say is actually a guilty pleasure of yours? One song, if you had to think.
Oh, like,
Ooh,
It's all guilt.
The Sign by Ace of Base. I really like
Okay.
that song. I don't know why, it's just been an obsession lately. But, you know, guilty pleasures are sort of a weird thing because it's like you still like it.
Oh, yeah.
Just don't feel guilty
Yeah.
about it.
I don't really have any guilty pleasures.
We listen to a lot.
Pleasures.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
pleasures. We listen to a lot of pop music as a band, like Sabrina Carpenter. In the car
Yeah.
a lot because it sounds so good. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's made
Yeah.
to sound amazing.
It's just happy shit too.
Yeah.
Britney's a big one in the
Britney
car.
Spears.
yeah.
Yeah.
Katy Perry, you know, just classics.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
can't beat the classics sometimes.
There's a reason why.
And
It's a
when
classic.
when you hit the road from PEI, do you bring lobster with you or?
No, but I did bring a Caesar making kit once. That was a lot.
There was one time we were going somewhere, and we were getting on a plane, and through airport security, I forgot that I had an oyster shucker in my bag, and they took it out. They're like, "Sir, what is this?"
Let me
was
show
like-
you.
Yeah.
Then they hear your
The
accent.
oysters.
Then they hear your accent. They're like, ah, okay, he's good. He's good.
But on that same, I remember down the TSA line, there was a guy trying to sneak in like pounds and pounds of Don't Air meat,
10 pounds of frozen Don't
which
Air
is
meat.
just like in the Newfoundland airport. Yeah, that
And
was.
we're walking by, we just hear him go, "It's Don't Air. It's all Don't Air."
Yeah, it's frozen.
Yeah, it's frozen.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, back to the music. With your music having like the pop rock genre with the sprinkles of the post punk, we're wondering what the creme de la creme for you guys of post punk albums would be.
Oh, probably Pink Flag, Wire.
Yeah.
That's probably the best
I
one.
don't know if you call this post-punk, but London Calling.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Television's kind of post-punk, I guess.
Marquee
Marquee
Moon.
Moon.
Yeah, in modern day, like Women, Public Strain was a huge one for us. growing up, band from Western Canada.
Yeah.
That isn't a band anymore, but have a cool offshoot called Preoccupations. They make a lot of cool post-punk. For me, it's Talking Heads all the way.
What album?
Remain in Light. And more songs about buildings. All the albums. Pure music. Not Naked, though.
What about pop punk? Or sorry, pop rock?
Oh, we do pop punk too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Simple Plan.
Yeah.
Some
Pop
41.
rock, though, I don't know.
Pop rock.
Creme de la creme pop rock album of all time.
Probably a Beatles album.
Yeah.
I guess you could call the Who pop rock.
Yeah.
I'm just listening to like individual Who songs like crazy right now.
Yeah.
No one knows what it's like to feel these feelings like I do. And I blame you. No one bites back as hard on their anger. None of my pain and woe can show through.
Honestly, Fleetwood Mac, like any of the Fleetwood Mac albums from 75 to 87.
To a room, someplace, some paper flowers. Back to the gypsy that I was. To the gypsy that I was.
We're talking
Tango
maybe
in the Night?
Mirage.
Yeah, Mirage.
I think it's Tom Petty. I'm a huge fan of Tom Petty.
Oh yeah, alright. Take it easy, baby. Make it last all night. She was an American girl.
All that stuff. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Damn the Torpedoes.
Yeah, Damn the Torpedoes.
Yeah, he just wrote bangers, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many good albums from back then.
Mm-hmm.
Back then.
Life was different.
Back then.
What about what individual musician for your instrument specifically would you say inspired you the most?
For me, it'd be Jimmy Page. Through the years, he's always been my favorite.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney is my man.
You think that people would have had enough of a silly love song?
What's your favorite solo record by Paul?
By Paul. Oh, good question.
Or even The Wings?
I don't really know. I kind of bounce between them all. I kind of like the earlier ones that are just like freaky and like recorded at home.
Yeah.
But Venus and Mars.
Happiness in the homeland.
Pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Band on the Run.
Band on the Run.
Down in the jungle, living in a tent. You don't use money, you don't pay rent. You don't even know the time.
They're all good.
Yeah.
I don't really have a favorite.
We're big Ram fans.
Yeah, I love
Oh.
Ram is my baby.
Justin's a huge Ram fan. He got me on that.
And his first one, his self-titled, was cool. Like you said, he did it all himself. It was-
McCartney 2.
Temporary Secretary, though.
Yeah.
Probably
I
the
like
best
that.
song.
I never heard that.
My musical influence for drums is probably, I had this realization kind of last night. We were listening to Jimi Hendrix, and Mitch Mitchell had a lot to do with my drumming growing up, just my style, I think. And honestly, like, I'm, as they say, I'm sort of reheating Andrew Scott from Sloan's. I'm sort of reheating his nachos in a way.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, that's a new one.
It's your catchphrase.
Trying it out. Yeah, no,
put
his
that on a
drumming-
shirt.
Yeah, his drumming was important to me too. I think Sloan was a pretty important band to us growing up.
Yeah, you can hear that. Awesome, boys. Well, what do the people have to look forward to this year other than the tour that you just kicked off?
We got another tour coming. More shows. We're trying to make a new album. We got a bunch of tunes. I don't really know when it's going to come out. I don't know what they can look forward to.
Hopefully
Honestly.
more music. I'd love to get
Yeah.
back into the studio sooner than later. But
Sounds-
we're going out west for the first time, like
Ooh.
playing in Winnipeg and some surrounding areas there. That'll be fun. Vancouver as well.
Awesome.
Yeah. But I've never even been there at all, so looking forward to that.
When's that tour?
It's July. Yeah, I think it's like most of July.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Awesome.
Good stuff. All right, well, let's get to your last song.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you
for
very
having us.
much.
I love to go fishing, scent for worms on the path. You wore your purple sweater, I wore your purple hat. In the crowd, watching as I float above the ground. In the crowd, making room for other heads to turn around. In the crowd, you tell your own stories with that glimmer in your eye. I never stop laughing. You never asked me why. In the crowd, watch me as I float above the ground. In the crowd, making room for other heads to turn around. In the crowd, I would love to make you happy. I would love to make you proud. Now I don't play hockey, but I know you're in the crowd. I would love to make you happy. I would love to make you proud. Now I don't play hockey, but I know you're in the crowd. In the crowd, watch me as I float above the ground. In the crowd, making room for other heads to turn around. In the crowd.